Hey everybody, this is Michael again. So today's quote is going to be brought to you by Frederick Douglas. Now he is a pretty prolific American who went through a lot. So if you haven't heard about him, I would recommend checking him out. Some of his stances or his verbiage can sound pretty intense, but I do believe that he is on point about a lot of things that he says, and he experienced one heck of a life. So I definitely do recommend checking out. This also was suggested by someone on Twitter, or we got into a conversation, and Frederick Douglass brought up. So there you go. So his quote is: "When justice is denied, where poverty is enforced, where ignorance prevails, and where any one class is made to feel that society is an organized conspiracy to oppress, rob, and degrade them, neither persons nor property will be safe." We kind of look at modern day events, it seems there's a lot of frustration going on. A lot of people are angry about different things, and I do believe that people, I myself included, sadly, is feel like the chips are stacked against them. I mean, obviously the channel's called Michael Can't Stop Thinking, and last night I was up for how long? Just thinking about my financial situation. I mean, just that. Like, not even trying to solve the world, just trying to get myself out of the hole I found myself in. And it seems impossible. I did what society told me to do. I went to school. I went to, I did everything. I went to school. I went to, I got myself a job, and just none of it worked out. And now I'm so much worse than I was. I mean, like, if I could go back in time and tell myself, to warn myself, I'd say, hey man, don't go to school. It's that loan is going to be the only thing that school really gives you. And I understand my scenario is very unique compared to the general populace, and I went to a school and essentially you got closed down, and lost its accreditation. So essentially, I went to a school, paid for accreditation, and it was all taken away, but not the loan. I'm stuck with the loan, and so I couldn't. My plan was to go to this school and then transfer to another one, and because that school wasn't accredited or lost its accreditation, I couldn't transfer the credits. But then I also had this outstanding, and so it just seemed impossible. And then years later, here I am. I need a car, right? So I was able to scrape together some money, and man, the loan is just killing me. Like, I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how it got, and like it was all, I used to say COVID or whatever, and I didn't miss a payment until I lost my job during COVID, and it's just been brutal since. And the car loan just has been destroying my credit, and I can't. And somehow now I'm what's called underwater or upside down, where I simply owe more than I've essentially paid off the car's value through the loan, and but I'm just giving you this example. I'm sorry, I don't mean to vent, but I'm just giving this because it does seem like society has stacked against the average person, or someone who's not even born to entitlement or privilege. If you're not, I mean, because like look, I mean, like, okay, Elon Musk, he's a great successful man, but like he had him and his parents helped him out tremendously. I mean, most of the celebrities that we know of who are rich and famous never graduated school, or never went to school. And it's so how did they pull it off? It's because you hear their stories. They had a lot of help. I mean, even to Arnold Schwarzenegger, he had a documentary about how about him, and one of the quotes was, he was a self-made man, and then he kind of debunks that, and he talks about how much help he had, and it doesn't really seem to be fair nowadays. If you're living, I mean, like, I live in California, and just can't. I mean, I love California. I can't afford it though. So people are like, oh, just pick a move. I'm like, yeah, but this is my home though. Like, I'm being punished and priced out of of my home because I can't afford it. I mean, God forbid. It's not like I'm not trying. You know, And I feel like that's where the hottest frustration is. It's like no matter how much we try, no matter what crappy advice we listen to, it doesn't really seem to pan out. I worked 80 hours, you know, for a long time, and yet somehow all that money disappeared. I couldn't, I'm not, and I don't have any drug addictions, don't have any gambling addictions. The only problems I have, well, only problem I have is I just can't seem to afford the lifestyle, and I literally just pay for rent, my car payment, car insurance, and that's literally it. I can't even do that. So I think that's what Frederick Douglass was warning us about back then. And our society's become so corporate and so commercialized, and I feel like that's where a lot of the frustration's coming in, and that's where people are starting to lose it. Just because we're tired of it. We're sick of just having everything stacked against us. And of course, there's even worse scenarios. Like, in certain parts of America, if you're black, it's almost immediately stacked against you. If you're born into a particular neighborhood, it's stacked against you. If you, just doesn't seem right or fair what society has become. Well, when does human life regain its value again? And I feel like this corporate commercialism has kind of infected almost every aspect, because everyone wants to make money. I get it. But I'm watching a lot of YouTubers like Heels versus Babyface, Neurotic, review channels, Critical Drinker, pardon me. And I really enjoy their content, because they are kind of voicing what I feel, and and no one would really care about my reviews for anything, but when we have the society, we go to work and we're just kicked the crap out of for 8, 10, 12 hours a day, and we're working for something that we don't ever seem we're going to get to. And then I'd like to come home and turn on Star Trek or turn on Star Wars. But if you watch those reviewers, they point out how bad it's become. And so now I've been robbed of my escapism. So now I'm just forced to just stare the ugly society in the face. Now Star Trek, that god awful Discovery show, is a reflection of modern day society. Holy crap, that's really not what I want. Because I feel beaten, I feel oppressed, I feel and like I don't even have the worst of it, but I'm I'm feeling it though. Yeah, all right. So we'll end it one more time on the quote, as I like to do. Frederick Douglass again. When justice is denied, where poverty is enforced, where ignorance prevails, and where any one class is made to feel that society is an organized conspiracy to oppress, rob, and degrade them, neither persons nor property will be safe. I hope everyone, if you're winning the battles that you're fighting, and I really hope that, the levee will break for you, or at least things will get better for you, and I hope you can scrape out what little happiness you can in this society, because God knows they're trying to drain it from us. So, take care, everyone.